If you want to build business credit with Costco, here are the steps I really want you to follow right now. First, I want you to run or establish a legit business. If you're a new business, make sure you have a legit business. If you're an established business, make sure that you take care of the legitimacy of the business. So basically, you got to have a legal structure. So I'm talking about when you say, I'm an LLC, you really better be an LLC because Costco is going to check your articles of organization. For example, you need to show proof that you have received approval from state authorities to actually operate as the kind of entity you are operating. So if you, let's say, if you say S corporation, they will ask you for articles of incorporation. Same thing for C corporation or other type of LP, LC, anything. If you want to build business credit with Costco, you cannot be a sole proprietorship. You can be a single member LLC, yes, not a problem. But if you are a sole proprietorship, you're not going to be able to build business credit. So they will ask you for your certificate of good standing. They'll ask you for your license, licenses and permits that really relate to the industry you're in. They ask for all kinds of stuff, again, just to make sure that you are in compliance with all laws federally and state-wise. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here, to have a convo with you about how to build business credit with Costco. So Costco also will ask you to have to show proof that you have a business bank account. So they'll ask for bank statements, and you better have a business account at a reputable bank. Okay, I mean the bank doesn't have to. The bank does not have to be like a Chase or a Bank of America, but they look a lot at the bank that you have, and they will ask for your EIN. They will ask for your employer identification number. They will ask for your DUNS number. So before you even start thinking about building business credit with Costco, make sure you take care of all those preliminary documents, all those preliminary elements. Okay, your DUNS number is really important. So you want to if you don't have one right now, I want you to really sign up with have a DUNS number issued to you. You just go to DunandBradstreet.com to the website and just request a DUNS number. It's free. The second thing I want you to do here is to pay attention to what Costco calls membership and references. So if you want to get you want to build business credit with Costco, you need to actually get a Costco business membership first, right? Because Costco actually is a membership-driven group, membership-driven company. So they want you to have a membership. So you need to have a Costco business membership. And the thing here is that if it costs about between $60 to $125 a year. So this membership card will allow you to do a lot of stuff. You can buy in bulk, you can buy whatever. Like it's really good. Okay. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to build business credit with Costco. And so Costco also wants you to have trade references. So you need to secure trade references. So you need to have at least one banking reference. So at least one, and which is right now, it should be the bank with which you currently are at, like the bank where you have an account, a business bank account. And so Costco will ask for that. Costco will ask you they'll ask you to have 3 supplier references. So this could be like suppliers that you have been dealing with for the last few months or years. It doesn't really matter, but they have to be suppliers that are currently, supplying goods or inventory to you. And Costco also asks to see 3 customer references. So again, we're not talking about, customer Joe Blow at the corner. We're speaking about customers that are really legit, because what's going to happen here is that when Costco does the due diligence, when they look at your application file, they will really pay attention to who your supplier references are, who your customer references are. They don't do a full background, but they do a full due diligence sort of process to see whether or not the references you are actually providing to Costco are real. So it's really important to choose proper references, to choose legit references, because those references, their reputation will really sort of reflect also directly or indirectly upon your own reputation, your own company's reputation. The third thing you have to do here is to prepare something called a vendor account solicitation. That's how Costco calls it. They call it vendor account solicitation. It's called a VAS, VAS, vendor account solicitation. So you need to write a business plan. So you really you want to show your business plan. You want to actually talk about your company in and out. Like Costco wants to know exactly what kind of company you have, the sector you are in, how what are the trends in your sector, how your sector fares versus the overall economy. Costco wants to pay attention to who is behind the company. Costco wants to know exactly what's happening in the company. So when we talk about business plan, we're not talking about just having like a regular 10-page or 5-page 5 pages sort of business plan. No, we're talking about having something comprehensive. And Costco, if you want to build business credit, if you are really serious in when it comes to building business credit with Costco, you need to invest in having a compelling business plan. Costco will pay a lot of attention to how you write the business plan, how you present your company, the sort of efforts you went to when it comes to granularity in presenting facts and data. Costco pays attention to that. So we tell our clients, and we have actually accompanied hundreds of clients when it comes to building business credit with Costco. What we do for them is to either we write the business plan for them, or we actually direct them to like Fiverr, Upwork, TopTal, Freelancer.com, or all other freelancer platforms where they can just go there and just have their business plan written for them. And this is quintessential because your business plan will reflect the quality and efforts that you want to put into the business credit relationship you want to build, you want to cultivate with Costco. So when we talk about business plan, please make sure if you're not, let's say if you have no knack for writing business literature yourself, just outsource the whole thing. Don't try to reinvent the wheel by trying to do things yourself, writing a business plan that might actually come out crappy anyway, because you do not have the effort, the talent, you do not have the skills, you do not have the time to write a potent business plan. So when we talk about business plan, we also talk about the ancillary documents that actually comes with it, and this is a set of financial statements. And Costco pays attention to that. So make sure you have the financial statements also, okay? And those could be actual plus projected, or projected only, or actual only. Costco is okay with that. The next thing you got to have if you want to build a business credit with Costco is to have something called an estimated monthly spend. So everything I'm telling you is part of the VAS, the VAS. Okay, so besides the business plan, besides the financial statements, you need to have the estimated monthly spend. So basically, Costco wants to have a clear idea how much your company intends to spend once your credit file is approved. Because what's going to happen here is that once you get approved, you are basically going to get like let's say an account statement, and they'll give you like a net 30 account or net 45 account. So they want to have a clear idea how much you want to spend, and this here be as granular as possible because they pay attention to details a lot. So you want to show your monthly spend item by item. You got to show you can show by item, period, and amount. Again, it's all about being granular. It's all about being detailed. It's all about being comprehensive. Okay. Don't say, well, I don't want to bore Costco with details. They love details. Okay. They love details because they really if they invest in you, that means they're really serious about building something with you, and they want to make sure that you also have some kind of proclivity to be into this relationship. Okay. And because what's going to happen here is that once you are approved for a net 30 account, you are going to order and whatever you order better match whatever you put in this estimated monthly spend. So really think deep about what kinds of products and services, for that matter, your LLC, your S corporation, your C corporation, your ALP, your LP will need from Costco. Okay, and one thing, and when we talk about granularity by item, we also talk about by type. So let's say you can say, in February I want to spend this, in March I want to spend this, in April I want to spend this, in September, whatever. Like, you really just have to be detailed a lot, so that Costco knows that you have a clear idea of what you're getting yourself into. I mean, I'm not saying that Costco is going to judge you like very strictly here. No, because projections are projections. Things can change, and Costco knows that. But what they love here is the seriousness with which you are preparing the process of acquiring a business credit relationship with Costco. And other things that Costco loves very, very much, you need to show in your VAS, your vendor account solicitation, you need to show the top 5, top 10 items your business intends to buy from Costco. That way, Costco has a clear idea that, if they grant you a certain limits when it comes to, like, if they grant you a net 30 account or a net 45 account or a net 60 account, they basically are going to expect sales from those products. Why are they doing that? Well, they do this for several reasons, and I'm just going to pay attention to two here. Number one, if you tell Costco the top 5, the top 10 items you are projecting to buy from them, they basically know right away that they are going to have revenue. I'm talking about Costco here. They're going to have revenue from those specific products. So there is a salesperson in the background who's going to start making calculations and say, you know what? Okay, I can expect to have like $5,000 more on this item in the next quarter, in the next 6 months, in the next year. So this calculation goes in the background, and but at least for them, it's kind of cool because, again, it helps them a lot when it comes to revenue projections within Costco. So they have in-house. Costco does a lot of analytics in terms of their own revenue projections. So to have this sort of info is really great. So that's the first. That's one of the reasons why you want to have the top 5, top 10. They also pay attention to the top 5 and top 10 because they want to say, okay, you know what, this is the kind of inventory we need to stock up on. Like if you intend to buy, let's say, an item with which they have problems in terms of ordering right now, they will prepare themselves actually when it comes to you ordering so that they don't have a stock out. Okay, so those are important. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to build business credit with Costco. And so one thing Costco also wants to have from you, instead of, besides the top 5, top 10 items, they also want to have trade references from you, and they want to also to show an updated certificate of good standing. And that certificate better be in good standing. And you also need to specify the credit limits you want, as well as the terms you need: net 30, net 45, net 60, or net 90. The next thing I want you to do here is to actually wait. You just want to wait for it, for them to look at the file and approve it. Okay, so once you have that, you have to buy and pay for orders worth $100 to $500. So you want to do this for 3 months. What's going to happen here is that you're trying to establish a pattern of orders, and so you have to buy and you have to pay for them. You can use a credit card, debit card, but you have to pay for those items, and do this for 90 days. What we have seen some business clients of ours get approved within 2 months, but where the sweet spot really is 3 months. This is where you really start seeing results and you start seeing approval. So if you do this for 3 months before applying, you are boosting your chances of being approved. So what you want to do here is that you want to make sure that your personal FICO is decent, also your personal FICO score, because Costco is going to check that also. They are going to run a hard pull. They don't do soft pull for this. It's a hard pull right away. Make sure your paydex is decent, so don't have any banking problems. This is so quintessential. We see like last year, no, 2 years ago, there were two business clients of ours who got rejected from building a relationship with Costco because it's simply a business relationship, a business credit relationship, because they had paydex problems. So if you have a paydex issue right now, let's say, whatever it is, make sure you fix it real fast, okay? And you also want to clear any derogatory item at least 3 months before applying. So when we talk about derogatory items, we're speaking about whatever derogatory is on your FICO or your FICO report, or whatever derogatory item you have on your paydex report. Okay, so those are two elements I really want you to pay attention to. If you remember, I was just talking to you earlier about the fact that Costco pays attention a lot when it comes to your banking references. They also pay attention to your banking reputation, so to speak. So paydex, that's on the business credit side, but also your FICO score, and also your check system. Okay, so check system is really important. So those are elements I really want you to pay attention to right now. In terms of paydex, make sure that you have at least 65. I mean, 80 will be ideal, but if you don't have 80, that's fine. They will work with you, but make sure that you have at least 65 to start with, and then you gradually build up your paydex score to 80, 85, or even 90. The last thing I want you to do here is to actually solicit a net 30, net 45, or net 60 accounts. Okay. And what you want to do here is you want to go to the nearest Costco store. Okay. Nearest Costco store, not score, store. And what you want to do here is you want to bring all the paperwork that I told you, especially the VAS, the vendor account solicitation. And it's just a package. Just make sure you have proper binding here. You have a nice, package. And you bring that, you go to the nearest Costco store, and you ask to speak to a store manager or a sales rep. One thing for sure here is that what we have seen working in the last 10 to 12 years, we've been actually running this process. If you speak to somebody high up in a store, your chances of being approved are high. You cannot do this over like on the internet. No, there are some rare cases where you can do this gig. You can run this gig or this sort of hack over the phone. So basically, you call the Costco customer service, the business customer service, and you just tell them, listen, I would like to build business credit with you. I want to be approved for a net 30 account or a net 45 account. And basically, they will approve you. So those are things you have to think about and have ready. But usually what works is if you do everything at the nearest store. So when you go to a store, just ask to speak to a store manager or sales rep, and you want to show your VAS, your vendor account solicitation. And so remember, when we talk about the VAS, there are 5 elements that are important, right? So I just want to quickly remind you the 5 elements that I just mentioned. You got to have business plan plus financial statements. You got to have estimated monthly spend. You got to have top 30, top 10 items your business intends to buy from Costco. You got to have trade references, and you got to have certificate of good standing. So those are 5 elements that Costco really pays attention to. Your VAS must have those 5 elements if you want your file to be considered, okay? And so once you do this, normally you should receive a decision within 2 weeks. And once you actually are approved they'll let you know for which type of account you are approved, whether you are approved for net 30, net 45, net 60, or net 90. And then once you have that, your account is activated. They'll give you a number in addition to the business, membership, the number that you have. They will give you another number, and so that's the number you use to actually process payments in the future. One thing I need to be very clear here is that once you are approved for a net 30 account, do never, please, never miss payments. Costco is really adamant and making sure that they really take their relationship really seriously. And if they approve you, it means that they're expecting you to actually maintain or at least uphold your contractual obligations. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to build business credit with Costco. And first, you got to have a legit business. Then you got to think about membership and references. Prepare a vendor account solicitation. Buy and pay for orders worth $100 to $500. Solicit a net 30, net 45, or net 60 account. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.